A survival city builder that recently released onto Steam. Well, hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and yeah, a few months ago we took our first look at Oxygen when I think it was in an early access state or a beta or something before its release, which was on April 7th, 2023. Well, now a month has passed, and the developers have sponsored today's video to take a first look at the full release and also all the new things that have been added to it since then. A few major updates and big fixes and whatnot, new things that the community wanted to have added. So thank you very much for watching today's video and welcome aboard. Thank you very much for subscribing, hanging out, and becoming members and just being all awesome. Again, check down below in the description for a link to Oxygen. And again, thanks to the devs for sponsoring. Let's go right into a new game here. We're going to go ahead and make ourselves a new game where you guys can see all the different maps that are available. Looks like 5 different maps from the Whispering Lands to the Crying Rocks, Twin Rivers, Canyon, and Sibling Rivers, and then all sorts of different challenge settings too. Everything from easy, normal, and hard or off, and different difficulty levels too, from relax mode and a build mode, which makes things easier so you can kind of just do what you want, to the traditional easy and normal mode, or perhaps a hard mode if that's too easy for you. You can of course adjust everything from how often people arrive at your city or how many you start with, to how often tasks come in, which are kind of like your typical citizens have an event and they want your help with something. And so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and build the glorious city of Raptoria again here today in Oxygen. Let's get started, and thanks for watching. Let's go!
Do you know how likely a nuclear war was to happen in 2022? I wasn't even born, but I've heard from my grandpa that it almost happened. A horrific scenario where nuclear weapons cause radioactive fallout, collapsing our civilization and making the Earth uninhabitable. But it never happened, because a natural disaster hit us. Have you ever heard about large igneous provinces? These are volcanoes that don't explode, but huge cracks open in the Earth's crust and lava just starts bubbling out, oozing across the landscape and releasing tons of toxic gases. The most dangerous thing about an igneous province is that it can keep up the oozing for centuries. With the wind effect, these toxic gases spread all over the world and change the atmospheric composition. One of these magnetic gases reduced the oxygen level in the air. Sadly, there is only little oxygen left in the world. Before it's too late for humanity, the Oxygen Center is invented. It generates oxygen by electrolysis of underground water, and the required electricity is generated by using coal. But you should be slowly moving away from coal towards sustainable sources of energy. This is the only hope for us. You should immediately find and warmly welcome everyone who survive around the globe. Now it's your time, but don't worry. I'll be your guide along your journey.
Ah, here we are, in the soon-to-be beautiful lands of Raptoria. A new task. Alright, what do we got? Ah, yeah, the basics. Food, water, and houses must be built in 4 days. I accept. Let's get it done. Alright, well, here's all of our survivors. Here's our Oxygen Center. Here is the world in front of us with the destroyed wrecks of all sorts of bulldozers, tanks, other things, and also these giant cracks in the earth that will eventually explode. So we'll need to be careful about that. Let's just pause for a moment as we look around. As you can see, all these areas are kind of lootable or salvageable. You know how I love that loot. But yeah, all these buildings and small bus stops and warehouses and whatnot can all be taken apart, as well as, why, look at that, a little tree that'll help us in our reclamation of the earth. Wow, look at that. Canned food and fish or whatnot on board this giant container ship too. And even trains and railroad cars and stuff. Very cool. Alright, let's go ahead and get back to the city, and we'll see if we can look around a little bit later. But let's go ahead and lay out the town. So we've got 20 people who are homeless, so everybody wants a house. And we can start with the basic container house, but this does allow us to produce our own food and water, and then eventually store things and start gathering things from for example, mines like a coal mine and metal processing. We also have energy production, so we can store power through batteries, but then we can also do things like undersea gas extractors, wind turbines, solar panels, etc. And then we also have research, so things that we can research to unlock in our tech trees, but also submarine docks that allow us to go out and meet new people and or trade or kind of go on expeditions in order to make contact with other civilizations and societies that might be helpful to ours and or peaceful or perhaps not. Medical posts under the community tab. Looks like we got things that people want: schools and hospitals, cafes, and more. The ability to decorate our base and put down trees and roads. Well, where we're going, we're certainly going to need those roads, so let's do it. All right, let's put down some houses. Probably a good idea to start with a few more than what we need because, of course, our population's only going to grow over time, so if we build one more than we need to, that's totally fine by me. So let's actually build like a nice little town, you know, like over here or something like that. A nice little street for our town. I got an idea. We'll build some houses here. We'll leave a few spaces between. Oh, there we go. We'll start with a couple houses here. And we'll go with like 4 spaces between, and kind of 1 between each building. Alright, so each of these costs 20 metal. We'll go ahead and start with 5 of those to begin and see how it goes. Let's on pause and watch everybody get to work. So our people automatically are smart enough to go to the storage and start grabbing all the materials out. The storage also stores not just building materials, but also food. So we have tomatoes, potatoes, we have water, and then of course construction materials like brick, plastic, Kevlar. Some materials can be processed into more things. So as you saw earlier, like we had coal, for example, and that will more than likely be used to make more tools and other things like that, where A and B can be put together to make C. Like for example, we can make something out of plastic, or, you know, provide our people with kind of a production chain to do those things. Okay, everybody's getting to work on house building. Are these the kids?
Hello.
Hello. Alright, so those are the kids. We got Akeem here, and Sloan, etc. And they're all kind of just chilling. No problem. The kids are just, I guess, being kids. You know them. Wow, huge scars in the earth, too. Maybe former quarries, or perhaps where meteorites or something fell. It's hard to tell what exactly happened to the earth. The cutscene does a lot of good explanation about what's going on with the, you know, the temperatures rising through the Earth's crust and basically obliterating all the oxygen, or making it too hot to live, too hot to breathe. You know, modifying the atmosphere, the climate, and affecting the oxygen that way. But also could have affected the atmosphere too, which of course could make things even worse. That kind of thing. All right. Well, we've got housing for almost everyone. We got 8 more to go. They now want us to build 5 container houses. Yeah, like we put down. Now we can build the fishing dock. Oh, nice. Isn't that cool? They give us our basic tasks, and if you click on that, it shows you exactly where it is right there. Very nice. Well, I wonder what we're going to get from the fishing dock. What possibly could that provide? Oh, maybe fish? I don't know. Just a guess. Oh, all right. Let's go ahead and put that down here by the by the river. That'll be fine. We'll be living in a van down by that river soon enough. Oh, look at these lines. I like that. I really like how they give you very long white lines so everything can be lined up, so you know if you're perfectly, if you're building a long straight road, you can make sure that is perfectly even with everything that you built. Very nice that way. Alright, let's go ahead and build a water purifier next. That'll of course pump up water from a lake or a river, and we could put that next to the fishing dock too. Kind of 2 industries kind of working next to each other like that. Very nice. And then a canteen. Now that of course is where everybody will be able to gather for their meals, and as it says, a place for our people to drink water and eat together. Each visit to the canteen brings +1 point to the settlers' social life. So not only is it a place for them to eat, but also building that provides a social bonus because it allows them to chat about their day and socialize and give hope to the people, which is good. Let's go ahead and build that canteen right here. There we go. And it looks like we got something here. What is that? Metal barrels. Okay, we can go ahead and have somebody start gathering some of those materials and clear it out, so that way we don't have to worry about you know, that place being occupied for future building. Ah, a crack. This will explode in 0.2 days. You can either build a gas extractor to prevent the explosion and generate electricity. Well, are we able to do that? Under energy, we do not have access to that, so that's something that more than likely will explode before we get a chance to deal with it, and these will continue to kind of erupt and, you know, cause explosions and fire, and be a risk to our people, so it's something we'll have to keep an eye on. Well, we got big old dirt roads, so we can build those through the town. And it's probably a good idea to leave like a lot of space like we did, because as you saw earlier, there's decorations, so we don't have to just have boring old roads that just kind of lead wherever. We can actually build these roads and then decorate on either side, so we could put trees down or make them double wide like in this case. And we can bring them all the way down to the workplace too. Perfect. Alright, we got a main street there. We'll have a little road going off to the canteen, I think. And it looks like the game even gives us a little bit of an apron outside of the building to kind of show where you can build a path directly in front of. Again, I'm going to leave ourselves a little bit more space than we should, because of course we can build all types of decorations, and as we unlock those through research, you know, we don't want the base to be too crowded, so we could build this entire area into a city, and eventually we'll get rid of like this large hangar here, and all these other structures and things can be moved out of the way, like, well, actually we want that tree there, of course, but plastic and metal and whatnot can be gathered, and eventually we can build houses on those, repurposing that land for something else. Alright, the fishing dock and a few other things need to be completed, but I think we're good there. We can build a radar, it looks like, a signal tower, and as you saw earlier, the research center, and we can also check our vote of confidence. So as we do better or worse, the people will have improved, I guess, opinion of us, and that, of course, will be reflected through our vote of confidence, to which I think, I'm not sure what 28 out of 40 means. Is that their overall happiness, or people would vote for us? But these are the things that will improve that. So, obviously, exploration, trees, task performance. We're about to complete one, so that'll kind of go in our favor. We also have a view of water, food, materials, and energy, as well as professions. So 20 out of 20 jobs are currently occupied by mostly everybody building stuff. Well done, the task is complete. You can now see your rewards below. Good, so a little bit of happiness or confidence, metal and stone. Very nice. Another task will come in soon, but whoa, there went that explosion. Alright. We were saved by the bell on that one. At least it was not as bad as it could have been. Alright, we'll have a few people gathering fish and a few people gathering water for us. That'll keep things going there. Gonna have somebody working in the cafe. Kind of looks nice. That's a really nice looking building. Oh, they even put like a fork and knife on the top of it too, so you can see what it is from afar. Kind of almost looks like a convenience store, but it certainly will be convenient for the people to not walk very far from door to door to get a nice drink, clean water, and also maybe some canned fish. Or in this case, tomato and potato. Alright, so we want to, of course, increase our population over time. Let's increase our speed a little bit as we get more and more things constructed. We've seen the basics now. Oh, we have 17 professions. I think this... oh, right, we have the job board here. Very nice. We can manage everything this way, too. Apparently, we can give people a job of maintaining the tree, I think. We got people gathering the barrels, moving that out, and some gorgeous rain. Well, that's good to see. And our oxygen center constantly pumping out O2 for our people. That way they can refill their tanks and whatnot. As they come here, they're refilling and kind of maintaining their suits through that. And we are losing power, but eventually we'll need to be able to produce power. That'll keep this thing alive. We have, of course, quite a bit of time before we need to power that up, but the sooner the better for sure. Alright, let's go ahead and focus on building a research center so we can unlock more things now. And maybe a submarine dock so we can go explore. I think we'll do our research back here. And again, we'll leave a little bit of room between the buildings. And we have a new task. Let's generate electricity from a crack to help with the help of a gas extractor. Yes, perfect. Let's go ahead and do exactly that. So we're going to build the research center, all way ahead of you. And then we're going to build the gas extractor, which we'll have to, I believe, research. And then coal, which we should be able to either find on the surface. Yeah, coal deposit. So we can find that on the surface, but we still need to build a mine. So that might be something we need to research from the research center. And it looks like it is... There are people in there doing construction. It's kind of hard to tell because the scaffolding goes up and you see them next to the building. There could also be people working inside. At least that's how I imagine it in my mind. Alright, let's go ahead and start doing some research. So, gas extractor it is. So we have easy, medium, and hard level construction. And as you can see, we have specials like shelters, plant house, like a greenhouse. Gas extractor, that's what we need to research. We also have the metal works, the coal mine, which we'll have to do next after the gas extractor, and the signal tower. And then, of course, we have tons of different things for growing food and things for production and or reduction of danger, better, I guess, quality of life stuff for the people who live here. And, yeah, stewed fish, that kind of thing, batteries, etc. A temple. Okay, let's go ahead and start with our gas extractor. We need 15 points for that. So it looks like this works as a currency. So the generator, the science generator, what do you want to call it? The research center is generating 5 science every X number of days or whatnot. So I think this will this appear on screen? Oh yeah, down here, just above our research points, that's where you see it. So once we reach 15, we can spend it like a currency. So kind of cool. If you don't know what you want to research, you don't have to start any research, and then you can continue to pool it until you figure out something that you want to build, and then you can pull from that pool. That's a nice way to do that. Now, by the time we're done here, we should probably have around 700 power with our gas extractor and our coal mine and a few things like that getting started. So we have to keep this thing alive, though. Otherwise, no more oxygen for us. It's almost like pulling impure or low levels of oxygen and condensing it into those tanks. So, all right, we are ready to research the gas extractor. Then you can see it can become wind turbine and solar panel research through that tier. So let's go ahead and build that or research that and keep our construction going. All right, on to a gas extractor. So they state that we can also keep the area more safe that way. This one's rowdy over here, so let's go ahead and get this one connected if we can. Ah, this one will be perfect. There we go, that one. That's the one we want. All right, and we're already up to 5 points again. Very quick. Beautiful connection. Good. All right, so now we need to produce 15 coal after the gas extractor is done. We built one of 2. We'll need to build one more. There's a perfect position over here for it. And would you look at that? It is now snowing. A seasonal change. Very quick here. And a good transition with snow falling. And you can kind of see inconsistent amount of snow on the ground, which is really consistent with real life. You know, not all snow falls equally. Some of the ground is warmer or has different, I guess, properties that allow the snow to either gather quickly or not at all. And it looks like these lakes are, I was going to say frozen, but I can actually see them moving. I would imagine the river would still be moving, and indeed it is. Fishing's going well. Water gather is going well. Both electric gas extractors, rather, are working well. And now we just need to work on our coal research. So let's do that next. We'll go for the coal mine right over here for 50. So never mind. We got a little bit more to go on that one. And that should be good. Year 1, day 3, early winter. So we just started before the winter. And it looks like that'll last for some time. Water is going up by 14. This is nice, too. As we hover over each of the different properties, we can see whether or not they're going up or down. So water, we don't need to produce more of, but food is kind of up and down based on the time of day. Now, with food only being down by 1, we are losing a little bit, but as you saw earlier, that massive ship down here could provide us with 165 canned fish. So we could have a few people go and gather some fish from there, and that'll help us to survive even longer before we have more people to do the jobs. That's one of the things that typically is common with these games, where it is all about the workforce being not enough at the start. And that's the thing, is that you don't want to start with a big workforce, because, you know, it's more fun to build up your people and take care of them. And as you give them the things that they need to survive, then you want to turn that into them being able to thrive. And with them thriving, then you have more things like education and hospitals to take care of them in the long run, and it'll be a good thing for them. Oh boy, we got a crack over here. That's not good. Hey, but we got enough for the coal mine now, so let's build that. Or rather, research it. And it looks like the gas extractors are almost done or completed. Very close to it. And a coal mine over here. So it looks like these cracks can appear anywhere. It could damage that building. In the case of curiosity, let's see what happens in 3 days when this thing explodes and see if it destroys or possibly damages those buildings, just to see what happens. Alright, a dirt road here. Perfect. Alright, so now our road is going to 2 gas extractors, or it will when it's ready. Ooh, big O. Oh boy. Wait, did we have somebody... That looked like a death. Isaiah died of the explosion. Oh, wow. Incredible. Our first death. F down below in the comments section, everybody. Wow. Alright, so you're going to have to time those construction projects based on the time of the explosion. So we wanted to build a road down there to that one, but looks like it's not going to happen. This kind of keeps it under control, though, as it kind of creates like a controlled burn, or like a... kind of harnesses that power almost like a brake that allows it to control, like a controlled release. Wow, our first death. Isaiah with the explosion. You'd think these people would be a little more prepared for that, but I guess not. You'd think they would be experts on what those vents will do, but I guess not. And it doesn't look like I can assign more people to each construction job. I don't know. We could make it a higher priority, and let's certainly do that for this one. Never mind, we didn't have to allow the fish docks to explode at all. We got our, we got what we wanted just from somewhere else. Interesting. Very interesting. Alright, the coal mine will be next, and that should complete this task. And looks like we've got about 3 days left on that, so that should be more than enough time. We need to build the gas extractor and the other thing there. Go ahead and put this down to 2 workers. Let's go down to 1 each. We want to give more, I guess, free positions for building. I'm trying to get the people away from the fishing and the water to do construction. And hopefully that'll allow them to build that gas extractor without delay. Looks like they, as you can see on the right side, there's 25 plastic and 30 gears that are needed in order to be delivered to that site for its construction. And then what I would imagine 1,300 hours, or like work minutes or whatever, like working days.
Let's build a submarine dock so that new people can join us by using it.
I agree. Now we can start getting people to, well, we can explore and get people to trade with and or come here. Perfect. That'll be something we do in just a moment. Where was our other task? Is there... We didn't fail that task. Ah, it's up at the top. There it is. Okay, so just the coal mine next. Let's go ahead and make sure we make that a top priority. And then as for the submarine dock, we'll have to research that through here, I'm sure. And I don't see it. Actually, that was already unlocked, wasn't it? It was, the submarine dock here. Alright, we'll put that out at the ocean because obviously that thing can't go... It shouldn't be able to go through the river because there's kind of like a little block there. So let's build it down here. A little far away from town, but... You know, this seems to be the open ocean here. Let's build ourselves a submarine dock. Huh, I guess we can't build it on the ocean, but we can build it on the river. Okay, well, I guess it can go upriver then. Perhaps there's an open lake that leads into a river that leads into the ocean. Who knows? Not like a massive submarine. It's, you know, just for exploration, so... Oh, the coal mine is good to go. And let's go ahead and produce as much coal as possible so we can complete that goal before it's too late. And then we'll go back to food and water production. Crazy of me to cut it all off, but this will help for faster production. Or construction. Okay, now we've got a few more things that we want to produce before we're done here. So we want to produce or gather plastic. So that is a wreck there. Produce or gather. We could have somebody come here and grab that. Alright, cool. We just gathered a... Rather, we're rewarded a bunch of materials for completing that. Here's plastic here. We must not have anybody free after that. Alright, let's go ahead and put 2 people in the coal mine. 2 people in the water producer, 2 people in here, and 2 people over on the garbage heap that will produce plastic. It looks like we only have access to one. Unfortunately, with Isaiah dying, that'll slow things down a little bit. But not too bad. But hey, we're producing power plus 32 on our surplus. Water's way down, and same with food, but that should normalize with a little bit more working time. And we need somebody to work on the construction of the dock still. Okay, we'll free up some people for that. Okay, the cafe is definitely a requirement. Also, as you saw when I built the cafe, the blue circle around that seems to be the best area of effect for building homes, or where people should frequent the most. So if you're building a large neighborhood, the canteen being in the middle of all that is probably the best way to do all of it. Oh, and look at that, our barrels are also done too. They finished gathering all the barrels. Ah, perfect. And now we've got the submarine dock being constructed. Beautiful. And yep, I can see work taking place now. We got ourselves 50 metal that's required there, and 1,700. I was going to say like minutes, I guess, to build that. And of course, more people together, the faster it'll get done. So the more idle workers you have, if you're doing construction, the better. Keeping a few people on assigned is always a good idea in these cases. So that way, anytime that construction begins, it'll be completed quickly, especially since people have to go back and forth for supplies or for a break or the end of their day or whatnot. So the more the merrier in that case. All right, we're approaching 1,700. And there we go. So now submarines can visit us, I think. I feel like I should have built that a little further away. But honestly, it looks good for now. What we should do is kind of spread that out here and there. But the least amount of walking our people have to do, the better. They can quickly take this road, which I believe might speed up movement of our people. Although they're rarely taking that road. But yeah, it looks nice, and at least it kind of shows you via leading lines where everything kind of set up, where your major setups are. You know, a major crossroad here in our town is the crux of the city, so it's right next to the major canteen, and also our kind of headquarters building there too, so we can see it easily. Alright, let's build a decoration so our people can visit when they're free. I agree. Let's do it. They want us to build a star, and they want us to produce or gather 20 metal. Well, we kind of already gathered some of the metal nearby, but there's some more metal here. But there's more there. Oh, it's gears. Metal planks, I don't think that's what they're looking for. Big explosion. Submarine dock complete, good. Plastic. Stone over there. Ah, there's regular metal. Okay, let's put somebody on to work for regular metal. And then when we're done with that, we'll build the star. So the task system is a really good way, I think, to not only kind of give a tutorial or a guidance. We haven't played this game since maybe about 6 months ago or more, as I mentioned earlier. We played this before when it was in kind of a prologue, early access, or demo state, like much earlier than it was before its release on April 7th, 2023. And so, you know, there's been many updates since its release, and I think one of the greatest things that I remember and that these games continue to do are these task systems where you're rewarded for kind of coming up or, you know, really doing whatever people need. Addressing major needs in your town and having it be a benefit rather than kind of a hindrance or a distraction is a really good thing. And I like that a lot. So I hope to see more of that in this game and other games too, where there's more systems to kind of a challenge and a reward system where people want more things. But as you do them, they'll be happier. Okay, let's see. A shelter. We could upgrade our shelters now. Signal tower, metal processing. That might be good. Coal mine into metal processing. I think we certainly want more people, though, in our town. So food would be good. Enable 20% faster fish production. Let's do that. So let's go with the 180 for the cafe, and then let's go for fish production. So we'll let the research thing continue to complete. So another thing is to try to minimize our workforce as well through research. So if we can get away with, if we have 110% fish production, meaning that, let's say we had 100 people and we're producing 10 more fish than what we need, if we could try to somehow increase the production by 10% and get rid of one of the employees or 2 or 3 of the employees on that building and make it so that way 1 or 2 people can work more effectively, and then but yet still produce more food than the whole group did. The greatest thing about that is you can reallocate that workforce to a new industry, a new business, or construction all together, or a new production chain, which really, of course, can take a long time to get everything produced. Okay, so now we're gathering metal. We're almost up to 20, and we need to build that star. We got that 180 for our cafe, and the construction cost will be 90 bricks. But we're going to go for this, the faster fish production. So now we can build a nicer cafe, or more of them, in order to increase people's happiness too. Okay, under decoration, let's build that star. Oh, it's a nice little thing, and we can put it right in front of the cafe. How lovely. Perfect, like a town square. And of course, we'll be able to decorate that even more, especially with trees or something in the future. Vitality is 79% for that. We got somebody taking care of that. It's a big boost to our vote of confidence, so it's a good idea to leave somebody assigned to that. Make sure that tree is taken care of. Wow. You can see all the buildings that are like little factories, tenement buildings, old buses. Very cool. Hey, look, someone built like a shield around it. Cool. How does that work? When a tree's vitality reaches 80%, it generates a tree dome and acts like a natural oxygen center. Oh. So our people can come here to like breathe. Well, that was worth it. Alright, cool. That's got to be very heartwarming for our people. Alright. Well, we completed the first task. Let's go ahead and let everybody do more construction. Let's also increase our water output a little bit. And maybe our food too. And let's make sure this is a top priority project. So the people who are in the construction guild or who are doing construction, who are unassigned, are first the ones tasked with bringing over plastic and metal, and then after that they start constructing. So no construction can begin until the materials at the bottom are delivered, in this case plastic and metal, and then once it is, then they go to work on basically putting the thing together. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Coal mines looking nice. Solid, baby. Solid. And a submarine should arrive shortly. Submarine is coming in 0.7 days. 4 people will join you. All right. It's like an immigration center. People will come into the city. So we might want to build another house and get ready for them. And eventually build better houses too. That's kind of what we're hoping to do next at the research station, is to start researching better homes. So everybody's happier. And more people might be able to live in those homes, and they could provide better shelter for everyone. And, yeah, maybe more durable against a random explosion. Up here we can actually see weather conditions. This is interesting. This might actually affect windmills and solar panels. I don't know for sure, but if the developer has put in the effort to indicate whether it's raining or whether it's a sunny day or will be windy. Obviously a windy day, great for the windmills, and probably okay for the solar panels too. Wouldn't really affect them. But a cloudy day with not a lot of wind is probably your worst case scenario, which is why coal is going to be important. Alright, task complete. Hopefully our people come up with some more tasks soon. And we'll see if that submarine arrives. There we go. Nice little decoration ready to go. We can also do lighted trees, fountains, globe decor, clock tower, and an ivy dome. Nice. And I would also argue that the trees are a very nice decoration too for the town. Look at that. Grass growing around them as well. Beautiful. We'll have to find more of those trees. More and more of our people who move in will definitely go towards working on those trees, because that, of course, really is the symbol of survival for our people. A symbol of renewal, a symbol of hope, vitality, as it says. All right, let's check and see if a submarine arrives. Ah, look at that. It surfaced right out front. Well, well. Oh, good. Hey, the 4 people who just showed up. Hey, welcome aboard. Can you help us finish up your house? Hey, welcome. Perfect. That was great timing. All right, let's go for another tree. Oh, we got somebody already working on that. Well, let's go ahead and get somebody on... Now we got canned fish here. We got more people to feed, so let's go ahead and get them bringing over canned food. Yeah, let's go with that. The food and water are down a little bit, but we'll get them assigned to some jobs that'll temporarily boost up those numbers with very limited amounts of people. Oh. Let's go with brick. And we're already gathering metal and canned fish. Let's go with gears. And we could probably go with stone. There we go. Alright, I think that's everyone full. Cool. So every job, it seems, is fulfilled. We're still short on water a little bit, but maybe we'll be able to do some sort of research that way. In fact, actually, wait. Enable 20% faster production of water. That would be a good one. So 240 for that. Might be a little while, but should be able to do it. And instead of doing production, we can always just build a backup water center. That's totally fine. Let's go for it. Let's go to food and water. Water purifier. And we can build another purifier just behind this building here. Just like that. And a new task. Get ready for the winds. I am not sure what that means. I'm ready. Let's see. Produce coal and build a medical post. Oh, okay. So back to coal mining again. Totally ready for that. And we'll build a little medical center here. Alright, so another water purifier. That'll get the numbers back up. Seems like the number goes down during the night because everybody's not producing, but they're maybe at the canteen drinking water and just chatting and whatnot. So no work, but all consumption. So the number will kind of bounce back and forth. Build gas extractors and store more energy. They also want us gathering gears. We've done that. They want us to build more gas extractors. The one. Hopefully no one dies on the construction site. We do need to build one more. Don't see a site for it at the moment. Maybe it'll come through soon.
I love my job.
Okay. Alright. So yeah, I believe because of this map size, we would actually be able to fill up pretty much a lot of the map here, which is really satisfying. Wow, there's even a plane here that crashed. Very satisfying to be able to maybe create a town here between all these kind of narrow spaces between all the buildings. Once everything's demolished, we'll have a thriving city here, and then we could build a second one here where 2 sectors or 3 sectors of the city could all work together to provide us with the basic needs, for example, in this first part with food and water and oxygen, and then the second city going for more advanced things like, for example, advanced productions of processing Kevlar and giving us more advanced tools and things that we'll need for more endgame items. Alright, back to town again. Well, we've almost produced enough coal. We've almost completed the medical center. I only see 2 gas areas. Here's the third one, finally. Yeah, water is a little critical at the moment. So I think what we'll do is we'll get everyone off of fishing for now, since we do have somebody gathering food from the canned area over here somewhere. And we're going to see if they can quickly help us to build. Oh, look at the research building. Oh, wow. Looks like an old Art Deco theater. I like the design of some of the buildings. They all seem like they're all almost repurposed buildings, as if they were already here. Like the shipping containers, for example, we just drag them here and then repurpose them to be a home, or, you know, in the case of the research center, like an institute. I like it. Alright, wind is coming in 1.5 days. Wonder if that'll make people sick, which is why we need the medical post. Perhaps it's blowing in something that's not great for us. Alright, let's speed up time a little bit more. Medical post is nearing completion. Submarine has just arrived, I think. Let's go with a little bit more water. Now it did say not enough homes, but I think we have enough now. I think we do. And the wind is coming in about half a day. Prepare for the winds. Well done. Task is complete. Now we just need to prepare for more gas explosions. This could be hit or miss here because the gas vents are kind of showing up at random, so we'll see if we have enough for that. If we can get enough of those buildings done. Okay, water's looking very severe, but we just got enough for the water purifier. And that seems to be an absolute necessity. So hopefully with, what is it, 6 people? No, 8 people working there. Hopefully that'll be enough to give us big surplus. Big! Let's raise that number. The number of people up. Oh. Wow, yep, there goes the winds blowing through something awful. Oh boy. Oxygen center's energy consumption is now doubled. Turning on the oxygen generator in all of the buildings will reduce the possibility of people getting sick. Good. Well, it looks like people will be okay, I think. Actually, we're still producing a little bit of coal here. Let's reduce the number of people there. And we need people in right away for the medical emergency. So yeah, disasters, explosions. weather events, all sorts of randomness coming through, as well as people coming via submarine. And now we have 5 people who are sick, but yet seem to be in the hospital now. And more people will be sick. Luckily, I think we'll be okay, I think. Yeah, looks like people are healed and ready to work. Oh boy, now we got more people in. Oh boy, people are dying of illnesses. Oh boy. Well, we got a good new group of people, but I just wanted to show it out by speeding up. In retrospect, we would have that building done a little earlier, but that shows what can happen. Wow. Big Sag. Who knows? Who knows what will happen next? That was just one of the many disasters. There's many more to come. Oh boy. And a new task, focusing on metal production. Can we do it? I bet we can. Meets the eye in oxygen. You can't see it, but it's all around you. The challenge, that is. And oxygen too, I guess. Well, not quite in this game, but that's on you. Alright, check the link down below in the description. Thanks again for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know what you think of the game down below, and let me know if and when you want to see more. I would love to play more of it as well, and go through all the different seasons, challenges, and more that Oxygen has to offer. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you all soon. Thanks again for saying hi, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.